Good morning, Stampers. It's Black Friday here in the States, and I know a lot of you are home today, so I thought I would do a bonus lunchtime live, in part because I can't give up autumn. I really like the triple punch pack they offered this year, so we're going to do a card based on a card I did, and we'll see how it goes. So if anybody is watching, give me a shout out, do a thumbs up, and let me know how you're doing today. All right, I'm going to flip the camera around and check my live feed. And you will see the card that we will be creating, kind of. So I'm not going to do the exact card. I picked a different color scheme and different cardstock to work with. And we're just going to get our camera ready, set here. Hi, Kathy. Thanks for joining today. Let me move stuff around here. My little thing up there is my eyeballs of where I need to be. Okay, so I saw Kathy pop in. Oh, I see myself on my feed, and we're off to the races. Okay, so I said I couldn't give up autumn, and I can't. I really like this punch pack that we're offering this year. It's the autumn punch pack. There's 3 different punches with the coordinating stamp set. So the beautiful autumn stamp set with these coordinating punches. And we all love our minis, right? So this is a mini package just for you. Okay, so let's get started. I mentioned I'm going to change up all the color palette. The color palette that I chose is Early Espresso, Calypso Coral, and Granny Apple Green. So my base is going to be the Early Espresso, and I've already processed it through the embossing machine with the embossing folder. So you can see on this side, this is the embossed part, and this is the card where we will attach our inside. You could certainly emboss the back piece, but it messes with the integrity of the cardstock. So I would just emboss your front piece. That way it's stable when it sits up on your table. Okay. All right. So here are all the stamps we're going to use. Oh, and we're going to use these too. So I had to corral some larger blocks. I didn't have as many of these smaller blocks that I needed for all of the images. So today I am going to use my paper piercing mat because we've got the photopolymer stamp set. And I'm going to work up. So I always work from the largest layer up. And I didn't have any paper that was Calypso Coral colored, but we're going to make a similar design. Not a similar, but we're just going to make a design. Let's put it that way. All right, and I know I'm going to go off my paper, so I'm just going to grab my scratch mat there. That's just a piece of copy paper I no longer need. Open up my Calypso Coral, and my idea was this random leaf pattern I haven't used yet. Notice it's very clean looking, so no ink has made it or stained on this stamp yet. So all I'm going to do is stamp a random pattern along the top and the bottom, and you know what? I might just do along the sides too. Let's see how it goes. My idea was, here's the front piece. It's going to layer like that. So do I want to make a frame around? I think I do. That's the nice thing about our paper crafting hobby, is that you can do whatever you want with the supplies that you have in your stamp space. So it's good to have a lot of supplies in your stamp space, right? Okay. All right, so that, ooh, I like that. Look how that's coming together. Okay, so next we're going to work on our wreath. And I have an easy way for you to create that wreath. I used a Stamparatus on this one, so you'll notice everything is perfectly positioned, but I opted not to use a Stamparatus today. Instead, you can see this scratch paper, I punched a circle out. So this is the 1.5 inch circle punch. Punched a circle out of my scratch sheet. I'm going to put that in the center of my Very Vanilla piece, and this is just a 1/6 piece of an 8.5 by 11, my go-to size. And now I gotta figure out my color palette, and I gotta make sure I don't dip stuff into the wrong ink pad. So let me move some of this out of the way. Early Espresso, Granny Apple Green. All right, let me move a few more things out of the way. So I know Pine Cone should be the brown. So maybe we'll start with that, the Pine Cone right here. And I'm gonna pull back in my scratch sheet again because we do need to do some stamping off. And I'm not gonna put any adhesive on there. I'm just gonna make sure it stays in the center of that. So pine cones. So there's a darker and a lighter. There's a pine cone down here. Oh, and I should show you. So my 1.5 inch fits perfectly inside my layered pieces that I propped up on the dimensionals. So the pine cone in the outer stamp layer is a little bit further out. So I'm going to keep that in mind while I stamp around. And I'm just looking for a symmetrical design. Oh, look at that. I was talking and I wasn't watching. Let me flip that over and start again. This is the one I want to do full strength. It's the outline of the pine cone. And I did 3 things around the wreath. All right, and then we're going to do the filler part. So I'm going to stamp that off. And I am going to try to get it over the pine cone while I'm on camera here. Done with that pine cone stamp, so that can go over to the left. There, so I don't have to color pine cones. I really like these 2-step stamps that way. You don't have to worry about coloring anything in. All right, next I've got this wheat shaft, and I think I will do, I'll kind of follow my sample, and I'll do full strength. So I cross that over the front of the pine cone, and like that. Next, I've got this piece right here. It's more of a leafy piece. I'm going to move this one out of the way and do the Calypso Coral. And I'm going to meet the pine cone with the edge of that wheat. So kind of fill in this spot right here. So I'm doing this live because we're home today, or some of you are probably home. And some of you probably don't want to give up autumn just like me. So thought I would revisit this design. Okay, so I'm done with the bottom layers. And I can move that out of there. Pull in my hey there. And I think I am going to pull in the Calypso Coral. And that's just going to go in the center of the wreath that I've got started there. Okay. Now I need to work on all these punch pieces. So set this aside. And it looks like I've got 4 pieces that I need to, 4 of each shape, 4 acorns, 4 oak leaves, and 4 maple leaves. So when I'm using up my scraps, I usually try to use the largest scraps first and work my way down for shapes. That'll probably work. So we need 4 maple leaves. And I see in my card, I did pull more than 3 colors in. I've got the pumpkin pie in there as well. I think I'll stick with Calypso Coral. And so I'm going to find the outline it full strength. And I need 4 of these. Oops, that one wasn't quite inked. And then this one, and then we'll do one right there. And then we need to do the fill-in part. So this is where we're going to stamp off and just get a little bit of color. Ooh, that one was perfect. perfectly lined up. That's what I like about the photopolymer stamps. You can perfectly line them up even when you're doing videos. All right, so maple leaf is done. Next, let's get this out of the way. Let's pull back in the acorns. Acorns have got 3 pieces, a cap, the body of the acorn, and then the outline. Oh, and I just got ink on my thumb there from the ink pad. So we need 4 acorns. So again, oops, that one's not quite dark enough. Wasn't watching what I was doing. I can get 2 acorns off there. I can probably get an acorn off here. 2 more. We're using our scrap pile to the fullest today. These are just scraps I had of Very Vanilla. All right, and then the caps. And it looks like I probably could have re-inked my early espresso, but it'll be fine. These are acorns that are towards the end of the season. And then the fill-in. Okay, that's done. Next we have got oak leaves. Oak leaves. Oh, we haven't done any green yet. Granny apple green was my other color. So let's do some granny apple greens in the oak leaves. And I got some smaller, even smaller pieces here we can use up. Wonder if an oak leaf will fit right there. It might. Yeah, it'll be close. So let's do one here, one right there, one right there, and then the fill-in. There, this almost looks, did I stamp off? Yeah, I did. This almost looks neon with the fill-in. This one might not make the cut because it's right near the edge. Let's see. Oh, no, the punch is really close to the stamp outline, so that one will work. Look at that. Okay, so I'm going to move the ink pad out of the way, and I'm going to get punching here. So if you like punches, oh, this one I should have, let's see, I'm just going to rip that off. Didn't stamp that quite right. It was supposed to have a little bit of a handle there. If I would have stamped it in the center, there would have been more of a handle. So you can quickly make a bunch of leaves. Oh, gotta rip that off to make it fit. So what is everybody doing today? I do have my Black Friday event going on. So I just attended the Zoom room in the UK, and Tracy from Australia already had her Zoom room in the middle of our night. It was 12:30 my time. Let's see, my Zoom room is 3 p.m. Central today, so if you placed an order in the last few days, you got an email with all of the details for that. You can still place an order today and join us in the Zoom room. Or if you're watching this video later, if you place an order according to what's on my website, which is a $35 order using the current host code, I will email you the tutorials, which is a PDF, instructions, which also links to the YouTube videos. All right, maple leaf. So see, stuff like this where I already cut a larger die cut, I usually keep those because I know I'm going to use them for a smaller punch. So if you have, if your scrap pile's growing, that's what the punches are good for. Okay, I think that's it. Let me clear off. So I didn't have to use that piece, that scrap piece. Let me clear off and do a count of where we're at. There we go. So I should have 4 of each. Anybody doing accounting? I've got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's another maple leaf. 4. Oh, there's 4 acorns. So I'm missing an oak leaf. Oak leaf. These I can throw away now. I see 3 oak leaf negatives. Maybe I only did 3. What do y'all say about that? Did you see me do another one? Okay, we'll just do another one. That was the Granny Apple Green. Now here's where I might dip into the wrong ink pad. Oh, there. And there. Okay, punch that out. So since I use the classic ink pad, you can use whatever you've stamped right away. It dries really fast. Okay, move that out of the way. All right, I'm going to bring my sample card back in. And we're going to start assembling. And I see my feed has frozen. Hopefully it's caught up. So what I'm doing is just placing my punch sheets around my wreath. And I see now on my sample card I did use more than the colors. I used how many different colors? But I stuck with only 3. So I don't want to put the oak leaf right there, or the maple leaf, because it'll be right next to the Calypso coral there. So let's just put it in between. There. And then the Granny Apple Green. Am I still frozen? Is anybody watching? I'm going to give myself a like and see if it comes through. I can see it on my phone. Oh, Kathy, I can see your comment on my phone, but my feed has kind of locked in my computer. Let me try to close that out and come back in. Well, I hope my feed hasn't frozen. All I'm doing is attaching the mini dimensionals to the back. Kind of placing it. I'm actually going to move the stamped images, the punched images, closer to the center. That way the ones that I've stamped on the very vanilla Oh, I am having Facebook issues, I think. Okay. Oh, Kathy says it's been buffering on and off. Okay, then it's probably just everybody's on the internet again. I have, what do we have? I think we have TDS. I had gotten rid of Frontier, Kathy, because this summer, because it was just not working anymore. All right, and I like to have things symmetrical here. So green, coral, brown, green, coral, brown, acorn. Hopefully if people are watching on replay, maybe the buffering won't be happening. green coral brown, green coral brown. Got one more green is the first one, and then a coral, and then a brown. Okay, so you see it kind of coming together there. So it looks like I did the acorns kind of at, that's kind of the anchor points there. They are kind of the anchor points, although the Calypso coral is kind of pulling out more in this one. I like both. I like both of the color palettes. What about you? Kathy says she's working on her Jolly Gingerbread Paper Pumpkin. Oh, yeah. And making turkey soup. And Nancy's watching. Okay, good. I don't know. Can you guys give up autumn yet? The snow melted here, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I don't need to jump into fall quite yet. All right, so last thing would be to kind of pull everything away and pull off the dimensionals and stick everything down. Now that you've got a pattern going. Let's see, and I have 4 shapes, no, 3 shapes, 4 of each, so we got 12 all the way around here. So you're just, oh, that one didn't come off, it wasn't sticking. You'll just have to bear with me while I attach everything down. Oh, that one still didn't come off, I don't think. One's being a little pesty. And then you kind of just force everything like the front or the top of the leaf to the center, and then the stems towards the outside. That's kind of my design. Look, you could have them all facing different ways if you want. But if you have them going the same way, they just kind of force your eye around the circle. Oh, hi, Jackie. Kathy says she likes them both. Yeah, I really like my mini punches. We like mini anything. I'm so glad that they came out with these this year. We needed something. That one. And there. Okay, and now it's going to be, I'm going to have to count on my little backer sheets and make sure they get in the trash. There should be 12 of them. Oh, there's one right there. All right, so then we can just layer up. Now, if you're using embossed pieces, I generally go and grab my liquid glue to adhere that down, because the glue will seep into all of the ridges. Okay, now I won't use liquid glue on Very Vanilla or Whisper White because it will show through. I could put it around the circle, but I'm not going to do that. We will just grab our tape runner there. Okay, and then our inside piece is here. And what I did for my inside piece is I stamped a whole mess of stuff on the inside. So let's do that. And then while we do that, I am going to think about my ribbon choices. So a wreath usually needs a little bit of fiber to it, some fabric and ribbons. So I've got a ribbon in mind that I'm going to pull out. But first, let's stamp a few things and play the game of let's not get the ink pad in the wrong color. So let's pull in the big 3-pronged leaf. That's at my top. And then we've got the, what I'm calling a wheat. That was in the early espresso. And I can totally see I need to re-ink, and I did a stamped off one as well. Okay, and next is a maple leaf, and that was the Calypso as well. So full strength. And I'm just kind of creating a swag that kind of moves your eye in a semicircle towards your message you'd write inside. There. Next would be our Granny Apple Green oak leaf. Am I done with the Calypso Coral? I think I am. Granny Apple Green's next. Oak leaf. That's facing down. Oh, this one I'm not sure I'm going to get center. Oh, pretty good. Doing pretty good again today. And then the last is the pine cone. I didn't put an acorn in the inside. There wasn't any space. And I don't know why I'm not even going to worry about it. I am pressing lightly on the pine cone for some reason, but nobody will know that it should have been darker. I will be the only one that knows. Okay, and that's going to go on the inside. And see how much that just decorates it up versus just a plain white. So if you have your stamps out, you might as well just put something in the upper corner or the bottom left corner, you know, wherever you're not going to write. All right, and then I'm going to pull in my ribbon and we'll see if we like it. I've got this ribbon, which is part of a combo pack. And I have this ribbon. This ribbon is the faux suede trim. And this ribbon is actually the terracotta tile, and it comes with an old olive in the same, not design, same print, same weave, same fiber, only a different color. So my idea was, like I said, you gotta have something at the bottom. But I don't want to do a bow. For some reason I'm being very anti-bow. Oh, you know what? Do I have any of that old olive? I bet you that would coordinate with that. Let me check. Hang on a second. Nope. I do have this ribbon though. Oh, it's too dark. This is more of a warmish green, and this is more of a, or this is more warm and this is more bright. And it's kind of two-toned. It's the, what is it called? The Reversible Ribbon. It's in the peacock color. Yeah, I don't like that. And I don't have any of the old olive. Let me think here. Where would it be in my tubs? Nope. I think I used it all up. So we can't pull any green in. I don't have greens in that shade. Okay, so I digress. So my idea was just to cut off 2 lengths. Ooh, this is gonna get scary, you know, because I always say I tie, yeah. I couldn't do it. I was gonna tie it, to cut it off and then tie it. So I need to tie them one on each other. So wrap them over. So the reason why I don't cut off ribbon from the spool is because I don't want to waste it. I know I can clip it down and make it look nice. Ooh, look at that. Half and half. You like that? The dark off to one side and the orange just looking off to the other. That's certainly different, I can tell you that. That wasn't what I thought would happen. What I was going for, I don't think I can do that. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde look. I wanted, and I can still achieve this, a little bit on each side. And the way to do that is to grab the linen thread. And I got a little piece of linen thread right here. So since this is an organic looking fall card, linen thread would look fine on this. I'm also going to pull in the champagne rhinestones and see how they look. There, I like that. So I'm going to do a double knot because that faux suede ribbon is a little bit slippery and I don't think a glue dot will hold it. Double knot, there we go. There. So now we can have either, now I can cut it off. We can have either the faux suede up, facing up, or the orangish looking one up. And I'm just eyeballing, trying to make sure that they are the same length on either side. And I think I, excuse me, will make the bottom one straight. Let's have a little bit of texture there. And then the linen thread. So I'm being anti-bow today. I like to try to do things a little different with the threads. Bows get kind of boring. There, that adds a nice little, I like the brown on the bottom and the terracotta tile ribbon on the top with the linen thread over that. So grab my glue dots. Oh, I got one stuck on there, my finger. This is that way out. I don't like that. It brings the dark color forward. So we want the dark color on the back. Good, how pretty. Okay, last are champagne rhinestones. Oh, that one fell off of the backer sheet. It's probably because I've tried it in other places before and had it sticking in my take your pick tool. All right, so let's do, where do I want to put these? I'm going to put them on the base. So what do I have here? I think all my champagne rhinestones are upstairs. These are the ones I have down here. Let's put, I've got a couple large ones. These are kind of like berries. Yeah, that space I didn't fill in quite right, did I? I could put the, can I put the ribbon up there? Oh yeah, that's what we're gonna do, fill in the ribbon. So let's do the two large there. I've got, looks like 2 mediums. The champagne rhinestones have got 3 different sizes on a sheet. And then I've got 3 smalls right here. All my rhinestones are upstairs except for what I have extra here, because I am prepping sugar cookie social kits, which most of them went on the mail, excuse me, on Tuesday or Wednesday. But if you place an order using the host code, just go to my blog and click on that sugar cookie social icon and you'll get details about what that event is all about. And then also my Black Friday event that's coming up today. So you can attend those events by placing qualifying orders there. So we've got 3 different rhinestones on there. I really like that. I don't know about you. Which one do you like better? Decisions. So this Calypso Coral came about because I showed on my Facebook Live a few days ago. This is my scrap bin for the Calypso Coral / yellows. And I had a couple of sheets in there. And I only had this size. So I had a couple of these, which are not wide enough. But I thought, hey, I need to do something orange. I want to do something different than what I had done. So yeah, I just start somewhere. Start with one thing. And then the design just kind of unfolds from there. And I think the reason why I didn't put any ribbon on this one was because I just felt it had enough. especially with that houndstooth print, which is pretty loud. All right, so before I leave, I wanted to share where these products are that I used. So this is from the Handmade for You, August to December, page 46. So here you see the punch, the autumn punch pack, and the beautiful autumn stamp set. If you purchase both of these, use the bundle item number and you get 10% off. So here's some of the other samples that they created. This is a cookie inside of our square acetate box. Oh, with the acorn trinket. Oh, I didn't bring those in. I could have hung one right there. Hang on a second. Should I go grab one? We'll see if they like it. While I go find the acorn trinkets, there's that you can look at. Now, acorn trinkets are where? I think I put them in a tub to use. They're not in the tub where I thought, but that's the acorn trinket. I'll look in another tub. Hang on. Oh, here they are. Right before my eyes. Here they are. So, an acorn trinket. Could hang it off of the wreath. Oh, that would have looked nice too. It's coppery toned, so it goes more with this color scheme than that color scheme. All right, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope to see you later today at the Black Friday extravaganza. And hope you got a ticket to the Sugar Cookie Social that's coming up. Details for both of the events are on my blog at superawesomestamper.com. And if you're watching this video after Black Friday and you use this host code, you will still get the Black Friday PDF tutorial. You'll just miss the Zoom rooms that are happening today. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.